What's going on, you guys? Brown's gratification here. It's been a while since I've made a video. I had a few priorities I had to take care of, and I had just had to put YouTube on the back burner, take care of those. But I'm back, and what better way to be back than today's news? Big offensive shakeup in the Browns organization. Just to let you guys know, I'm gonna be saying a lot, so and it's been a while since I made a video, and I've tried to make it a point to not say it too much. Normally, I have like few and another monitor, a few notes, but I didn't do it this time. I just wanted to make this video and get it out here just so I can start getting that upload process again. So excuse me saying a lot of terms repeated. Bear with me, that'll be fixed, but it's been a while. So here we go. I'm saying so again. Anyways, let's talk. Stump Mitchell was unfortunately let go today. Hired in 2019 by Freddie Kitchens. He was kept when Stefanski was hired. He was also a run game coordinator for us. Been here since 2019, obviously. I'm going to speak more on why I think he was fired when we bring up AVP. Also, TC McCartney or McCarthy, I forgot his last name. His contract was not renewed, so he was let go as well. He was a tight ends coach. So let's talk about AVP. Obviously, the big news. He was hired in 2020 when Stefanski was hired. Stefanski brought him in as an OC. He's also an official quarterback coach for a year or two, although wasn't really. I think when he was brought in, he was a quarterback coach, worked with Baker, but I don't think he was officially given that title. Um, yeah, so big news on the firing, and I'll give you guys a few reasons why I think he was fired. One, you invested $230 million into Deshaun Watson. So far, what we've gotten has been terrible to say the least. It was injuries, rust, whatever. Just given what we have, it's terrible. Um, do I think he's going to be better? Yeah. But in order to do that, I need to switch some things. And last year we saw it with Jim Schwartz, firing Joe Woods, hiring Jim Schwartz. Had a great defense this year, much better than what we're used to. Although there is some things that we can talk about, which maybe that'll be another video. But overall, good move by the Cleveland Browns and Stefanski. This year I think is the same thing. A new set of eyes, different minds on this offense. We run a Kyle Shanahan, Gary Kubiak, West Coast kind of offense. But although our offense seems more dulled down than other um, West Coast offenses, there's almost no pre-snap adjustments or motions at all. And eventually you're going to get found out and you're going to get, pretty, you're going to be, you're not going to evolve and you're going to get found out, is I guess what I'm trying to say. And that's what happened. And I think with the Van Pelt firing, you're saying we need an offensive coordinator that's going to either has worked with Deshaun Watson before, get familiar with him and get Deshaun Watson back to that elite level, or you're gonna hire somebody that you know philosophy is the same style as Deshaun Watson. Um, I think this style kind of fit Deshaun Watson, this West Coast style, but it was a very old school style, and Stefanski really wanted a new set of eyes. So unfortunately, Alex Van Pelt was let go. Had no complaints about him really. I think people don't give him enough credit of how much input he probably had. Just because he's not calling plays doesn't mean he's not giving his input or, there's a bunch of things that happen on the sidelines. He's probably giving a few plays that Stefanski could run. I'm sure he's involved with the game plan and the scripting game. And just because he's not calling the plays per se doesn't mean he's not involved. So I think people were upset. He's like, he's not the one calling plays, so why is he the one fired? And you'll see that on Twitter all the time with Stefanski haters. But he's the head coach. He'll make the decision. First off, Stefanski was a great play caller. He still is a great play caller. People are gonna hate that, but he is. And it's a business, so you have to let Van Pelt go. So and why I think Stump Mitchell was fired is if you bring in a new offensive coordinator, they're probably gonna want to bring in their own guys that they're familiar with. So that's nothing new. Although our run game this year was pretty bad, I think Nick Chubb did a lot of masking um, just because of how good he was. So maybe I don't want to say Stump Mitchell was a bad coach and Nick Chubb did a lot of masking, and that's not what I'm saying. But I think it was a pretty bad look to have one of our worst years running, and past years, Joe Woods, we'd keep her for an extra year, and we saw how that happened. So I think Fancy's like, all right, not make this a trend. We're just gonna let Stump go. Unfortunately, he was a great running back coach though, so I'm sure he'll find another team to coach. Hopefully, it's in a bigger role. So yeah, sorry to hear that Stump Mitchell was fired. But anyways, overall, what I'm trying to say is you invest a lot of money into Deshaun Watson, want him to play elite again. Hasn't played elite in the last 2 years. Again, rust or injuries. It is what it is. He just hasn't been elite. So you want to make a return on your investment. You want super. So they're going to bring in somebody that's again either really familiar with Sean Watson or really familiar with his play style and somebody to evolve this offense, help Stefanski evolve this offense. They tried it in 2021 and they quickly stopped. Of course, 11 games, Deshaun Watson was suspended. They brought him in. They tried doing that RPO system. They tried to get it to what Deshaun likes, and they stopped after a few games. It was pretty telling. And then this year, again, the first few games are just rough for Deshaun, the injury. And then it looked like he was turning a leaf with that Ravens game, but then it happens. He gets injured, unfortunately. I really wish we could have seen what happened the rest of the season had he stayed healthy. Um, but it is what it is, the NFL. So new eyes on the offensive coordinator position. I'm sure that they'll start bringing in a few people later on this week to interview. I've heard a few people like the gentleman, the pass game coordinator, I believe he is, and quarterback coach from the Rams. Excuse me, I forgot his name. Tim Kelly was offensive coordinator with Bill O'Brien in Houston. Although I'm pretty sure Bill O'Brien was the one calling the plays, so I don't know. But I'm really interested to know what's going to go on. I want to hear from you guys who you think we should bring in for the a new offensive coordinator position. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And again, going to be back to regular uploads or semi-regular uploads. Hopefully, I get my verbiage good, so I'm not saying or so a lot, which I've known a big issue in the past. Again, just bear with me though. So, thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.